Yo, freaking yo. Go Deep, episode 102. It is anti-bitch assness. This is today's episode. We got Dr. Memehattan. Of course, everybody know who Dr. Memehattan is. He is the fucking man. And I'm gonna interview him. Yep. So we got it was about a little bit over an hour interview. So of course, like most of the time, I just ain't gonna do that much talking anymore. We're gonna jump straight into it. We got a Dr. Memehattan interview. I'm probably gonna play some music and then we get straight into the interview. So Go Deep, episode 102. Your mom's a bitch. Yeah, bitch.
Duct tape.
GT Films.
Shawty fresh.
Been had it, ain't brag. We getting money like Meech now. I'm having more power than politics. 50 killers in each town. Can't even remember my first bitch. Got turned out by my first leak. Man, I got all my same partners. I love my niggas, I never cross them. Whoever shot at bank should've did that. All my sister shots where your kids at. Big bang came out the womb ready. Sweet beach pussy got my bloom ready. Just bought a 30 for my father, 100 round for my chopper. Tell the pussy nigga gon' get ready. Strapped up right now, 40 in the booth with me. I ain't even trusting my engineer. Might say voila, if a nigga disappear. My granny always told me, can't live by fear. If a nigga won't smoke this shit right here, you really won't smoke this shit right here. Keep on the rocks, hang your hand, nigga, get your wrist chopped. Keep high, pussy nigga, get your bitch blocked. Against all big bang, thank you Tupac. Flying shit, triple cross, how the crew rock.
I get involved so deeply, I can't even get one of my feet out. Boy, that shit thicker than gator mud. She go to sleep and I creep out. I got them birds and them beats out. Suck on my dog with a leash out. 60K to get my teeth out. I got some kush, put a leaf out. Couple bad bitches, we ready for 'em. My Rolex gold, I'm a leprechaun. That shit ain't right if they stepping on. Got on ice, no money. Came up on a corner. I came up on so honor. Another level, 7K for the show, check the schedule. And I'm booked up, little bitch, what a piece. Gotta get 100 pieces. 100 pieces, I gotta get them. I'm in the kitchen, whipping, know the babies. I'm a niggas, I'm a bitch, proud with them. Not a boat round with these chopper, bitch. Blood Balenciaga, bitch. I'm allergic to seafood. These little shorts need to stop it, bitch. Yeah, nigga, Aquafina. And my boy got lots of needles. All my rollers iced out penguins. Make these bitches suck up all the seams. We on go, nigga, stop it. Swear I'ma hit like Stojakovic. My nigga put one in your dome with me. We do it without using phones, it. My bitch so wet like she came off a boat. And these niggas know I do geometry. Come up on my baby, screw me like sandwich. Put the whole dick off in the she handle it. I'ma take this bitch shit for us to go. Fuck around and you get found with the bro. Show the bitch a million K like I know her. And if she try to take it, she gotta go.
Can't get involved too deeply. Can't set my shit up for lay downs. Get on them ball, get sleepy. Grab a little bitch and go lay it down. Can't even remember my weekend. Better can get up the net day. All I know that I'm still getting paid. Chain on the floor by my Michael J. Couple little bitches were ready. Chopper on side of me ready. One in the head, they be ready. Did you not think I was ready? I just told Ray that she ready. Gotta gon' push it on out to the block. Gotta gon' push it on out to the street. Whatever do it heavy, young nigga be ready. We be like, bitch, I gotta get 100 P's. 100 P's, I gotta get them. Give a for what my nigga done dig. A wrong or right, nigga riding with them. 24/7 round with the chopper, bitch. Round with the chopper, yeah. We can afford some prop, yeah. I can afford some prop. Be the one, I lay it down. Bad bitches, I just lay them down. New emotions, I can't play around. Power gonna make my way around. Through the city, money gotta get it. Friends was out shooting dice with me. My bitch, she wanted me home with her. Texting her, talking no phones with her. Fuck with you, but the way a nigga fuck with you, make it seem like I don't fuck with you. I don't hit your phone all the time. You say it make you feel like you ain't on my mind. How the fuck is you ain't on my mind when I just went and helped you go and flip a dime? Why the fuck are these bitches ungrateful? Must be doing something under the table.
All of my niggas, they ready.
Yeah.
Y'all some pussies, you scary.
Pussy.
All on the internet telling.
What?
Tryna have a real nigga jailing.
Damn.
The shit around my neck so heavy.
Whoa.
I'ma keep dripping sauce spaghetti.
Hey.
Oh, that why they mad, huh?
Hey.
Don't like how I sag, huh? Pockets full of cash, huh?
Yeah.
Hit your bitch from the back, huh?
Oh.
Skeet in her face, yeah.
Yeah.
I know that you hate that. I'm sorry, I can't take it back. Real niggas, they relate to that.
For real.
Hey, any nigga that record when it's time for gangster shit, he the police.
Facts.
And I fucked your boss man, baby mama, same hotel for 4 weeks.
Facts.
Never sent a little boy to take care of grown man business. If I was you, I'd be mad at me too, so I ain't tripping.
For real.
Ha, riding solo in a drop top through the city. It's dope.
GT Films.
Suckers keep on downing me. They know they should be crowning me. Yo, guards my back up, cause I don't need now, nigga. Scout paper. Scout paper. Guards my back up, cause I don't need now, nigga. Now, nigga. The chains going and they ain't took one yet. And then retarded about Gucci, but this gon' now, nigga. The chains going and they ain't took one yet. And then retarded about Gucci, but this gon' Rolex. $10,000 going and they ain't took one yet. And retarded about Gucci, but this gon' Rolex. $10,000 bounty put on my neck. I hope you didn't pay them cause they didn't have no success. The chains going and they ain't took one yet. And then retarded about Gucci, but this gold Rolex. $10,000 bounty put on my neck. I hope you didn't pay them cause they didn't have no success. You see my interview, nigga, and you got upset. I'm seeing my interview, nigga, and you got upset. I'm seeing my interview, nigga, and you got upset. I seen your interview too, you look oh so stressed. I think the nigga just mad cause I fucked this ex. And big dog, he got the little boy complex. Go partner up, nigga, bet he can't say shit. And looking for the kid, I'll be in zone 6. Birthday party fresh, you and your homeboy Tip. I know y'all see me over there with that black folk feel. I been the moon, son, it look just like chips. Never went platinum, do you catch my drift? I never let a nigga do me like Chip did Flip. This the same shit that got Big and Tupac killed Scoochie. Same shit that got Big and Tupac killed Scoochie. Same shit that got Big and Tupac killed Scoochie. Me now, nigga.
He's had to defend his life last week and now he has to defend me.
For the record, this is not a dish record. Just the truth. I ain't no real rapper, I'm a fucking great dude. Scoochie, the living legend. Oh yeah, I ain't no real rapper. I ain't no real rapper. I ain't no real rapper, I'm a fucking great dude. I ain't playing with you, I ain't tryna dance with you. I ain't using hands, let them rubber bands get you. I ain't playing with you, I ain't tryna dance with you. I ain't using hands, let them rubber bands get you. None of the damn with you, I ain't tryna dance with you. I ain't using hands, let them rubber bands get you. It take money to go to war and we can go to war, nigga. I ain't no real rapper, I'm a fucking great nigga. It take money to go to war and we can go to war, nigga. I ain't no real rapper, I'm a fucking great nigga. Old school food don't make me show my age, nigga. Louisville and turn it to a batting cage, nigga. I done with Keisha Cole and I know you still miss her. But Buff was fucking her while you was falling in love, miss her. But Buff was fucking her while you was falling in love, miss her. But Buff was fucking her while you was falling in love with her. You done do a song and even smoke no bud with you. Screaming so icing was a neighborhood nigga. Yours my back up cause I don't need now, nigga. Here when Flocka said, let them guns blam, nigga. Try to hound with a lot of niggas. I'm just who I nigga, but I ain't span nigga. I know it's hard for you to sleep knowing when you killed your homeboy. I know it's hard for you to sleep knowing when you killed your homeboy. You know it's hard for you to sleep knowing when you killed your homeboy. You left his son to be a bastard, won't even raise your homeboy.
Defeats his life last week, and now he has to freedom.
I ain't no real rapper, I'm a fucking great dude. I ain't no real rapper, I ain't no real rapper, I ain't no real rapper, I'm a fucking great dude. I ain't no real rapper, I'm a fucking great dude. I ain't no real rapper, fucking great dude. I ain't no real rapper, I'm a fucking great dude.
One of them had a weapon, one of them had brass knuckles, and hit him with brass knuckles. Hit him real hard.
I ain't no real rapper, I'm a fucking great dude. I ain't no real rapper, I'm a fucking great dude.
Somebody yelled, one of the other five guys yelled, shooting, something to that effect. He grabbed a gun that was nearby and started to fire.
I ain't no real rapper, I'm a fucking great dude.
When I talked to the detective, the detective indicated he was set up.
What's going on, bro?
I'm good, to you?
Pretty good, no complaints. How's everything with you?
Sorry?
I said, how's everything going with you?
Yeah, good, thanks. Just getting ready to go back to work tomorrow morning, nothing exciting.
Oh, okay. The usual.
Yeah, that's it, the usual. That's it, I live a boring life.
All right, well, I'm recording now, so I'll introduce you. This is Go Deep episode 102. It's the funniest dude on the internet, Dr. Memehattan. My buddy Chris.
I thought you got like Will Ferrell or something on them.
I got better than Will Ferrell, dog.
Yeah.
So how's everything with you, man?
Yeah, I'm good. I was thinking to myself about 20 minutes ago. When was the last time we were on? Was it like about 3 or 4 days ago?
Yeah, it was. I think it was episode 99. We had a roundtable. So then we had...
That's it.
Yeah, we had 100 with my kids, and then we had Brian Kume on 101. So now we're back, just me and you, without any roundtable.
Yeah, I was thinking, this is not a joke now. I've spoke to you more than I've spoke to my own mum this week. It's crazy. It really is the truth as well.
Well, I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing, but
no, me either. I'm not going to say either because she might listen to this.
So what's been on your mind lately? I know last time we didn't really get a chance to really talk about anything or anybody in particular. It was just, a bunch of crap. But now I got you one-on-one. What's been going on? What's on your mind?
Nothing. I just I can't believe how busy that room is that you added me to. The 214 club.
Yeah.
One. That is just insane.
Yeah.
Like, I don't like to contribute unless I get the time to contribute. I don't like to sort of dip in and drop out. I'll always keep an eye on what's being said.
Right.
So I just can't believe how straightforward everyone is, and everyone's got the same goal. I think everyone's everyone in the group's like a real sort of go-getter, aren't they? There's no sort of half-assed about it. Everyone's 100%, isn't there? So
exactly.
That's awesome. I really like that.
Yeah, well, I'm glad you're in there, man. And a lot of those guys, they knew you already, so you just came in running. Yeah, I told them, I said I'm gonna bring in Memehattan, and they were like, all right, yeah, he's cool. I like his memes on Facebook and blah blah blah. So here you are.
You go. It's crazy. I had no idea. Like when I first came in and everyone was saying hello to me and everything, I thought, oh, what a bunch of nice people. And I didn't think anybody knew me or anything, but that's really awesome. It was nice to sort of be on the same sort of podcast as Paradigm and 44. When you see these names flash up on your phone and all that, and you just see them talking, and and Will as well, and the Nerd Queens too. Right. It was just nice to sort of because to me, like when I look at people like these people, think, oh, these are like huge players in this, and like I'm just like sitting here talking with them, and it was really good, really good.
Man, you're a huge player too. you're probably one of the biggest players.
No, I don't know about that. That's really nice of you to say, though. That's I do. I just like that. When you see like these names flash up on your phone, you think, oh my god, these people like they do a hell of a lot. Like when the Nerd Queens were at like San Diego Comic Con and everything, and all the work they put in, all the work Will puts in, and I really like that Parademon 40. I don't know his actual name. I'm sure it's not Parademon. But, when he was so straight talking. You know what I mean? He was like, when I was talking about how people hate, dead toxic and everything, he was like just going, oh, all these motherfuckers and all this. I wish I could talk like that. I wish I could just be like that, but I can't. So
yeah, he is. He's straightforward. When I had him on the first time, it was just like, yeah, fuck this, fuck that, fuck this, fuck that, and I just sit back and listen to him. I'm like, all right, just wind him up and you can let him go like a little machine,
Yeah, he was really, really good to listen to everybody talk, and especially like from everyone else's perspective and what they're doing. Like I said about the Nerd Queens being at San Diego Comic Con and everything, and all the work they put in, and all the stuff that they were confronted with, and like like we were talking about last time with these people who just pop up, and like the people who were talking 165 and everything, and and it was debunked, and then they all look stupid, and
right.
And then I watched your video. Was it yesterday you did it, or was it the day before?
The day before yesterday.
That was really funny. That was it was good because like it was to the point, but you dropped a lot of humor with it. Like it was such such sarcasm and everything. It was really on my level. That was, it was really good.
I dipped in my inner Dr. Memehattan to get that one out, bro.
Thanks, I was there with you in spirit, I'm sure.
Well, I appreciate. I'm glad you liked it. It was I just tried to do something different because, I really feel like they're trying to pick a fight. So the more we fight with them, I think they want to like screenshot it and make us look bad. So, I just did it the other way around where I just called them a bunch of cool and swell guys,
Yeah, no, it was really clever. That's what I really liked about it. It was you got your point across, and it was done in a really, really awesome way. I couldn't have done it better myself. It was really good.
Thanks a lot, man. So how's everything in your neck of the woods?
Yeah, I'm pretty good. I just finished a week off work, so like I say, I'm going back tomorrow.
Right.
Just back to normal, isn't it then? I start work really early in the mornings. I tend to go out about 8:30, and I don't get back till about 7, 7:30.
Oh, really?
So, yeah. And during that, like, if I get a break, I'm sort of content creating. And
Right.
Yeah, it's all busy here now. Unless my dad's starting his operation soon, and that's going to be busy. And then before I know it, it'll be the New Year.
Right. Is that so? How's your dad doing?
He's really good. He's doing really well. He's going to be having this operation where they're doing like a stem cell transplant on him, so they'll give him a better quality of life.
Wow, that's dope.
So yeah, it's really good, really good. Because at first I don't think he was too keen about having it, but when they talked him through what it'll do for him, he was like, "I've got to do this." He's got 5 grandkids. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
So it's
right.
I want to see. One of the things I really wanted was for my kids to be old enough to remember him. Do you know what I mean? Rather than, because my youngest now, Alice, like she won't remember him if something happened to him tomorrow. So, like with this operation coming up now, it's like the chances are that she'll remember her granddad. So it's really nice. It's
right
for them more than anything.
A stem cell transplant, is that like because in the States, stem cells is still like a little bit controversial over here. How's that over there?
Yeah, I think I'm not too sure if I've got the name right there. It might. A lot of it goes over my head because everything's like a million mile an hour. Right. I think it's like more of like a bone marrow sort of transplant thing. Right. Because I think it's bone marrow talking about it now. So it's like they take some of his bone marrow out and they freeze it, and like I think they like mess about with it a bit and flush it,
Right.
and then they put the same bone marrow back into him, so it clears him up.
Right.
So he'll be clear for a good few years, but the cancer that he has, it'll eventually wake up again one day, and then we'll start all over again. But for now, it should sort of settle him down a bit and get him to crack on like he used to.
Right. Oh man, that's dope. So where is the particular area on his body? Like, do they have to do it with every bone or?
No, and they've took. I can't remember they took it out of him now. I think it was somewhere in his chest. They took it out, and then they just feed it. So they're going to fit him with a line on Tuesday, I think it is. So this tube goes into his chest, and they feed it all back into him again, and it just sort of flushes through him.
Right.
But he's going to have a huge dose of chemotherapy again. So he's going to have to he's probably going to lose all his hair. But in the long term, it's a small price to pay. I think that it's
right.
Because I said to him before, my dad's 65. He's got a better hairline than I have. He really has. You know what I mean? He really has. I love my dad's hairline now. I'm falling out. Stop having kids this year, I suppose.
You're retarded, man.
It is like I looked back through my old pictures and I think, oh, look at my hair there. That was about a year before we had Emily. And then when my youngest came along, that's it. It's fucking gone. I might as well just give it up now. There's no point in trying. I seen your video the other day when you took your hat off. You had a fucking perfect straight line across your forehead, and I was like, fuck's sake, I'd love that. I would just a nice haircut. Do you know what I mean? Don't have a nice haircut. I have a cut, and that's it, gone.
Oh my god, you're retarded, dude.
It is. Can you tell I've got a complex about it?
Yeah, I think you've been thinking about this for a while, huh?
I have. It's been on my mind for about 6 or 7 years. I've been waiting for this. You didn't even ask me the question. I asked it myself. I'm just venting now.
Oh my god, you're funny, man. So let's see. How's your dad's mentality? Is he in good spirits or
Yeah, he is. He's not too bad. I think a lot of it, it's from his sort of generation where, you just take it on the chin and you get on with what you served. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
I think, I see my dad's sort of 50-50 on that. If something's really bothering him, he'll tell you, he'll talk about things quite a lot, like I just talked about my hairline then. But he will sort of tell you, he's he is quite an emotional person as well. So when it first happened, he's really upset and understandably as well. But
right,
it's so when we leave his house, he gets a little bit upset, because I don't know if I don't think he thinks it's the last time we're going to see him. I just think it's because he. I think, when you're in good health, you take everything for granted, don't you?
Right.
And then, obviously, when something like this comes along, But in general, he's really good. He's doing really well, and he's talking about the operation a lot, which it is really scary thing to have done. But he's doing well. He's doing a lot better than what I'd be. That's for sure. Because I'd be, God knows what I'd be. I'd be in the corner somewhere rocking, but yeah, he is. He's doing well, and like I said, I was telling him, how much you supported him and how much everyone on, in the Snyder community supported him and everything. He's just why do these people? I don't understand. Because you're one of us now. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
It's
Correct. Right.
People want to help. They don't want to see, I think because of the perception that you have on the internet, everyone's a dickhead.
Right.
But when, something like this happens, and when it went on Vero, and you were supporting us, and people were donating, and Robert Carlin was
right.
Well,
right.
He was just, I was just oh, by the way, this guy from, and he's donated, and this guy from South America's donated, and he was like, what? I don't understand, and because people want to help. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
So it's that really perked him up. It really put him in a good shape, and it was it's all because of you lot. So thank you.
so how his financials going in and out of this operation? Could we help with anything else, or
Um, you know what? I don't, because do you mean like with him paying for like
right,
his medical stuff and all that?
right, right,
Well, no, no. I think it's all pretty much covered because like it's like NHS over here. We have like a healthcare system, so like we pay like it's like a tax, if you know what I mean, like an
right,
income tax and stuff like that. So things like that are really good. But that's really kind of you to say though that no one's ever said that before. But he is doing. But we're okay like that. Thank you. It was a worry because I think at one point he thought that he was going to lose a lot of money for. So I don't know why, but he's not. He's going to be fine.
okay, okay. Well, you can always set up another little foundation, and we can do like a little charity for him again. And that we
Yeah,
can do that anytime. So don't
that,
feel
that's
free to
that's awesome.
yeah,
Thank
feel
you.
free to make it happen, and we'll always do what we can to help you out, man.
That's really kind. Thank you. Yeah, like I said, it's the most overwhelming thing. Like I think when when it was on Vero, and I think it was everyone there like that helped us cross the line. I think we crossed the line from the donations from this
Right,
community. So
right,
that was why it was. It really meant a lot. You know what I mean? Like people, I know people know me, but like it was like people who don't necessarily have never been in my presence or my dad's presence. They just want to help him, and you all did. So
right.
it was great. We went there because you know of you
How
and
was
everyone
the
else on
trip?
Vero, and it was really good, really really sweet.
No problem, man. How was the trip? I don't think we talked
It
about
was,
that yet.
I can't remember. Did we? No, we didn't. Did we?
Yeah,
It
no, I
was.
don't
It was
think
great.
so.
It was great. It was. Don't get. There was 12 of us who went. 7 adults, 5 kids. Have
Right.
you ever seen you've probably seen it. Well, I don't know what I'm talking about now. Do you remember that film with Macaulay Culkin, Home Alone?
Home Alone, yeah.
Yeah. Have you ever seen the bit where they're running through the
Oh
airport?
yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's exactly the fucking same. It's horrible. Because like, yeah, I can see how you would get on a plane and think, "Fuck, where are the kids?" and then you've gone. But
Right.
yeah, aside from the airport and everything, it was great. At the time when we were there, it was like, "Oh my god, we need to go and do this. We need to go and do that." And my dad was in a wheelchair because he couldn't walk very well.
Right.
But the whole thing was it was great, just amazing, just to be there with him, and just it was like loads. It was overwhelming in so many different ways because that's what he wanted to do,
Right.
and everybody made it happen for him. And then breaking it down, it's like people who you don't even know have made it happen for him.
Right.
And there were just so many people who wanted to see him go. And like now, when we were there, it was like, we all did this. Everyone did it for him, just to
Right.
see him happy again. And it did. It really, it was great just to walk around the park with him, see him so happy, and just forget about fucking cancer just for 3 days
Right.
was just amazing.
Oh man, that's dope, man. I'm happy everything's kind of turning around for you, man. That's dope.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like since the diagnosis, it was like because we thought I thought I was going in to listen to him tell me he's got the flu. So when they said he's got multiple myeloma, I was like, what kind of fucking flu is that? You know what I mean? But and then it turns out, oh no, it's a terminal cancer. We don't cure this. Sorry. Oh fucking! I'm up in the wrong room. Do you know what I mean? This is somebody else's
Wow.
dad. It's not my dad. It's good.
Right.
And then because I'm not to be horrible or anything, but you just never think these things are going to happen to you.
Right.
And then when it's happening, it's just like this isn't right. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
Like this is like I'm in some sort of parallel universe where I'm being talked to as somebody else, not my dad. This
Right.
can't happen to my dad.
Right.
He's the nicest person on the planet. Do you know what I
Right.
mean?
Right.
So.
Right.
But I think it's at times like this when you really sort of when you're knocked down to the bottom, when you see how tough you really are, and he has shown how tough he is. He's like, he's still here, he's still fighting strong. You wouldn't know anything was wrong with him. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
He's doing really well.
Man, that's good, man. I'm happy for you, man. And
Nice.
You know, like I said, right now I got like 3 times more viewers and subscribers than I did back then. So maybe we can get more money if you ever need it from us. You know?
Oh, nice one. That's really kind of you. Cheers. I did see that today, by the way.
Yeah.
That's awesome. How well you're doing. I see the comments people leave on your videos as well.
Yeah.
That's incredible. But it's a testament to your hard work, though, isn't it?
Yeah, man. Well, I pay those guys offline so they can say good stuff about me.
Right, yeah.
No, I'm joking.
That's how it works, yeah.
But it is, I don't know, man. It's every day is something new, but a lot of them, I don't know. At first, I thought I was just gonna start doing it like advertising for my show, you know, just like a little ad or a little commercial or a little, because like a lot of times the professional guys, they get paid write-ups, you know, or they get people to write up stuff. But lately, it's just, dog, I don't know. I never expected this to be like that. I just thought I was gonna make a podcast that I can listen to while I'm at work. But now
Yeah.
it's, you know, now it's like people like it, you know, and it's, I don't know. I don't know where we're at, so I'm just going with the flow right now, you know.
That, like I said, it's a testament to your hard work, isn't it? You know, some of the comments that you get, and they're really awesome. Do you know that the people like the sort of stuff that they're writing, that you know that you're pivotal in the movement and stuff, which you are. Do you know what I mean? But it must be so overwhelming to see those words on the screen about you. It's
crazy.
That's awesome.
I still haven't really figured it out yet because I'm still just regular me. So I guess living it is just different. Like I know the same with you because I tell you sometimes I'm like, damn, Memehattan is the king, and you're like, oh no, you're the king, and I'm like, no, you are, you know. But I don't know, maybe you don't see it also because everybody laughs at your shit. Like all of the Facebook rooms, you know, you say sometimes you get, you know, hackback or whatever it's called, but I don't see it. I see everybody just laughing. I see you make everybody happy all day, you know. So I gotta give you the props, man. You really are a legend out here, man.
No, nice one. Cheers. That's really all. Like I said, when I started it, I just wanted. That's essentially what I wanted. I wanted to sort of, like, now it's different. You know, like now I'm like in the community with like everybody like yourself.
Right.
It's like it's different now because there's wanting to sort of, you like I said last week, you know, you do it first. It's for Zach, it's for Deborah, it's for the whole Snyder family, everybody who worked on the film, and then after that, you know, it's that essentially that's what it's for them first. You know what I mean?
Right. Correct.
To help them. So like I said, if just me creating content and just hashtagging release the Snyder Cut on it, you know, I always hashtag them the same things, but just to bring awareness to it, just, you know, and make people laugh at the same time, because I know what feeling like shit is. It wants to walk around feeling like shit all day.
Right.
So if I can just make something that just makes people laugh, just that's because I was thinking the other day, like when Zach likes a couple of my memes or something.
Yeah.
I always wonder, like what's he doing when he's like looking at him? Like, is he sitting at like his table drinking coffee and like looking at him and going, Deborah, can I have a look what this big nosed Welshman's doing today? And, you know what I mean? And then, you know, it's pretty awesome to think that he sees him as well. And, you know, it's cool. But then at the same time, I'm thinking, like, there's people like all over the world who like look at him as well. And, like,
right.
It's pretty cool how it's a universal sort of thing, and that's why the films are so awesome, because it doesn't matter where you are, who you are, you know, how old you are.
Correct.
You know, whether you're male, female, whatever. Like, it's united so many people.
Right.
And that's why these movies mean a lot to people. That's why the community we have is so strong, because of what these films mean to us all.
Right. I definitely agree with that. And like, just looking at your little picture, it's like Memehattan, but it has your face on it, but it's still blue. And it's just hilarious as fuck. I can just look at that picture and laugh.
But the original one, it was full length, it was. And I was thinking, shit, I can't put that on Facebook. I'll be picking up a Swift ban for that. So I had to cut it from the waist up, because somebody made it for me, because I couldn't do it. Somebody made it for me.
Right.
And I was like, And like the fucking, I was like, I can't put that on. I said, because I'm thinking if I do, I'm just going to get banned. Every time I try and go on Facebook, I'm going to get fucking banned. So like, I can't afford that to happen if like I'm trying to do something.
Right.
So yeah, I was going to change it at one point, but I think now, you know, because people were sending it to me when I jumped to Instagram as well. I don't do much on there.
Right.
But it came up on everyone who I'm friends with from my personal account. It popped up on their list.
Right.
And people were inboxing me, is this you? You know what I mean? I was like, oh yeah, that's just my side career. That's actually got more, because I run my own business.
Right.
My Memehattan page is more popular than my business page. It really is. I don't know how I've done it. But
You're doing a great job, man. It's just that face. I'm telling you, that face will make me laugh. And now I look at it sometimes, and you're kind of getting like some of your memes are a little raunchy with like the girls and the porno, and then you kind of you flip it totally, but it's still fucking hilarious, dog. I don't know where you get where do you get your sense of humor from? That's what I need to. That's the question.
I don't know. I think somewhere in me there's like some sort of twisted, sick sort of individual, like sort of deviant, who like sort of feeds off like the porno memes that I make. I had one, right, and I was in two minds. I was going to make it for you because it was evolved around sort of your podcast Go Deep,
right?
And I was going to make it for you. I'm in two minds whether or not to do it. I probably will, but the porno ones come about where I see people doing it with different stuff.
Right.
So I think, well, if I can just find like some sort of random picture and then just put words over it, and then then I delete my search history, and then I sort of evolve it around Batman v Superman or Man of Steel, or Watchmen or something like that. Right. Watchmen's, a good one to do as well, but people love them because everyone's a fucking deviant. That's why.
Right.
So I make them, and like some people really sort of laugh for them, and then you get people on the other end and go, oh God, no, this is too much.
No, those shit are hilarious, dog. I see them, and I'm like, I can see the girl, and her face is just like deep in sex, and she's like, no, put it back in. And then you have like a DVD of Batman vs Superman. I'm like, who would have thought of this shit? Where did he get this from?
That was one of my first ones. That was, and my intention with that was the hand that's putting the disc back in the DVD player is my hand. So it was I was cameoing in my own stuff. I thought, well, if Zach can do it in his own films, then I can do it in my own. So yeah, I started doing that, and then somebody took it off me because before I watermarked it,
right?
Somebody took it off me. And they were claiming content, and I was like, "That's my fucking hand. How can you say
it?"
Right. So then I start. But what annoyed me more about my content being stolen was the fact that they were taking it for page likes rather than for promoting the movement. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
Like every time I post, I put hashtag release the Snyder Cut.
Right.
People were taking my stuff and they were just posting it just to get popularity for their page,
right,
with no sort of intention of growing the movement. Do you know what I mean?
Right. Correct. I think everyone in the movement has copied your style. I think they're all doing Memehattan type memes in the Snyder Cut movement. Nobody has kind of really been original, or if they are original, they're a little bit off of what you do. But for the most part, you're like the king of this shit, and everybody else is kind of doing what you're doing.
Oh, nice one. That's see, stuff like that just makes it all worthwhile. It really
it's
does.
True, man. It's true.
It really does, honestly. Because like sometimes, like when I'm doing it, I have a couple of days where I'm thinking, I'm fucking struggling here. Do you know what I mean? And then like all of a sudden, I'll be sat in the bath and I like, right, 1, 2, 3, and I've got like 6 or 7 saved on my phone. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, it's good. But like what I try and do now is that I always make them. I chuck them on Vero first. and then I put them on Facebook, and then the usual sort of rooms and all that. And
Right.
Instagram, I try, thing is with Facebook, though, I was doing it for a while, and people were just like, like I was saying last week, they just jump on like trolling and stuff, and
Right.
or they're just dickheads. They just want some attention. Do you know what I mean? They're like,
Yep.
All you do is talk about Zack Snyder. I'm like, well, that's because that's what I love.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Right.
It's better than me talking about your fucking mum every day, isn't it?
Right.
Something like that. Yeah, and I just give it them straight back, and then all of a sudden I'm booted from a group. So,
So, what's your opinion of the movement these days? It feels like it's splitting up into two different halves. It's like the Spartans, and then there's those 40 Club guys and all of their fans. What's your opinion on things lately?
I just think like because I've jumped into the group a bit late when it comes to that sort, but I've basically got the gist of it.
Right.
I think again, I've said it previous, but I think with what we do, we are really pro getting the movie sort of released for Zach, Deborah, and Snyder family and everyone who worked on the film.
Right.
I think from what I see from other people's perspectives is that the other people seem to be doing it to sort of increase a brand. Do you know what I mean?
Right,
Like
correct.
they're bringing awareness to themselves.
Correct.
That's what I think. That's my personal opinion. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
It's like they think they've got a story to break.
Right.
Like that 165 thing or whatever.
Right.
And then, like you were saying, you've screenshot them saying that they've got this exclusive on 165,
Right.
and then all of a sudden, oh no, we never said that. But I just think, like with us, I think we are for Zach. And I think a lot of other people are for themselves, and that's shitty. That's just there's no other way to describe it other than that it's fucking wrong.
Right. Right. I agree. I definitely agree.
Because I think if you're not doing it if you're not doing it for Zach, and like I said, like everyone I named before, Zach, Deborah, everybody, if you're not doing it for them first, then you're doing it for the wrong reasons.
Right.
It's as simple as there's no other explanation.
You're exactly right, and I look at it the same way. And like Zack Snyder, when it happened, and even before it happened, he was a popular dude. After it happened, he grew even more popularity. So it's like anybody now can just come out with a podcast or video or anything, and they just got to talk about Zack Snyder. Whether they hate him or love him, they know they're going to get views. They know they're going to get likes. And so I think a lot of people on the other side thought they can build like a business or a company around Zack Snyder's popularity. But that will be all good, and that will be all cool if you were positive with it, because basically what you're doing is you're using a man's life to put money in your pocket to build your life. And if you're gonna do that, just be supportive of him. You don't have to talk shit about him. You don't have to talk shit about his fans, because in all actuality, you're using his name to put money in your pocket. And that's where I get pissed at, or that's where I come along. Like, these guys, they just seem like they want to make a business, but they want to do it off the popularity or off the plight of Zack Snyder himself, without, not saying they don't want to see the movie, but there's a whole lot of shit we can support in the movement that will help us get the movie. Don't just say, oh, I want to see the movie too, but you can't shit on his fans at the same time, because we want to see the movie and we're pushing for the movie. So if you shit on us, you're kind of hurting that chance,
No, yeah, I definitely agree with you for sure. Like 100%, I agree with you.
Right.
And that's why I don't dig all these. Again, I refuse to give anybody sort of any popularity by naming them.
Right.
But there's a guy. His name sounds like Bon Sampier. And he's just a fucking knob, and he probably won't listen to us. But if he is, you're a fucking knob,
right?
He is. He's just a tool. He really annoys me. Like,
right.
He seems to bring himself alive when he's got something shitty to say. Do you know what I mean?
Right. Correct.
And like, well, his home life must be fucking shit.
Right.
Like just to sort of like just write up bullshit articles. I think I wrote on one of them once. I think they rated the theatrical cut of Justice League like one of the top DC movies, and I wrote on it, I would rather crap in my hands and clap than read one of your articles.
Right.
It's like, how can you be so fucking thick? They're doing it because they know that, just because they know that they're going to get people sort of, engaging with it,
Right.
and
Right.
like it's exactly like you said. They're trying to build a business off someone,
Right.
And that's just like shitty. If you can't do it by yourself, then you fucking failed.
Correct. Definitely. And I he was the first one. John Campea, I stopped following him first. And it was because like around the time when we needed support, even around the time Zack Snyder needed support, going through the tragedy in his family, John Campea was still talking shit about him every day. And I was like, damn, dude, you really kicking the dude when he's down, you really. And this before I started making a podcast. I started liking Chris Wong because he was the complete opposite of John Campea. He always was positive. So me starting watching Chris Wong got me into everybody else, like Totally Random. It even got me into Dave the Film Junkie. But now, I look at it in a lot of, not Totally Random, but or Chris Wong. I still like Chris Wong, but a lot of these guys, they think, I don't know if Disney paid them off or anything, but they have turned a complete 180, and there is no more like positivity. It's all like, I hate the Spartans. I hate the Spartans. That's all they talk about, like, Zack Snyder cut. They put Zack Snyder cut in their mentions or in their title, but the whole video is about, damn, I hate the Spartans. I hate the Spartans. And I'm like, God damn, I thought we were cool people, like. Leave us alone and we would leave you alone. It's that simple. But, if you keep every day, you keep talking about us and you keep talking shit about us, we're not going to sit around and just let you do that. You know what I mean?
So yeah, of course not. Yeah, you're right. No, you're definitely right.
Right.
Like, why would you sit back and let somebody just try and tarnish your name?
Right.
But like I said, that fucking John Campea, honestly, I have to look at him and just fucking want to throw my phone at the wall anyway. But like, I don't understand the popularity behind being a dick, because that's essentially all he is. And I don't know how. I'm like, it's like whenever I go on Facebook and do stuff, I get shit for posting the memes I post.
Right.
And then I look at the people who like writing to me. I think, who the fuck are these people? Like,
right.
You know what I mean? I'm not even going to bother. I think somebody said to me once, like, he was like, "Oh, you just." Oh, I can't remember now. I'm winding myself up about it, but it was along the lines of, it was when I started posting and my Facebook page grew big, and somebody said something like, "You're not too big to be trolled." And it's
wow.
What the fuck are you talking about? I'm not big or anything. You're forgetting the reason why I'm doing it. You've invented a sort of reason.
Right. Correct.
Just to come after me for nothing. Like,
right. Correct. And you said it perfectly, and I see that a lot. Even with like Dave the Film Junkie, they make up so much shit, and they put their own spin around easy, simple shit that we say. They just make up some way to make it look bad. And it's just so annoying, man. It's just so, but I learned maybe I just should use my funniness and beat them with the funniness instead of trying to, go at them and say, yeah, I'm going to kick your fat ass when I see you or anything like that. No, I just make a joke because more people relate to jokes than they do with negativity,
Yeah, of course, yeah. It's like because on Facebook, in a similar sort of way, I see a lot of people who say that they hate like what we do and what the movement is, or
right.
or how much they hate Zach and all this sort of stuff. And I made a post on my page, my Facebook page, and I said, It's really strange how the people who hate Zack Snyder seem to talk about him more than the people who love him.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
And I said, and I finished off. I was like, and I think in the whole scheme of things, I think Zach should be asking you all for rent for the amount of time that he spends in your head.
Exactly.
It's honestly, I think these people have got some sort of like screw loose or something to be so negatively obsessed.
Right.
You know?
Right. No, you're exactly right. And it's like, I agree with that. The movies that I hate, I don't even know the director's name, much less me going on the internet to go talk shit about them. If I hate the movie, that's the last I'm going to talk about it, you know? But if they really hate Zack Snyder so much, why do they wake up every day and night to talk about him? Why do they go try to troll the Spartans to talk shit about him? If you hate him, just let him go. Leave him alone, you know?
Yeah, that's it. And like I counter argued this by saying that I didn't think the world's biggest selling film was very good because I didn't. It's the truth. I didn't think it was very good. I'm like, I'm not going to hide my opinion. Like somebody said to me, it was like, was it good? And I was like, well, I didn't get it. I was like,
right.
There's more holes in it than my fucking colander. Do you know what I mean? I didn't understand it. So I don't understand why it's the best. Why people think it's the best film of all time? Fucking hell! I got abuse from it left, right, and centre. It's the best film ever made. It's the highest grossing movie. Just because it's highest grossing doesn't mean it's the fucking best film in the world.
Exactly.
Exactly. There's a lot of things that make a lot of money. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
Doesn't mean that brilliant.
Right. Exactly. And Film God put out a video the other day that was saying something like, the numbers are lies, like they've been skewing the numbers to reach this title of the most, the highest grossing movie ever. But there was a few guys in the industry that said, no, there's no way that they reached that goal. They're just, maybe they bought the final $30 million of tickets and only really sold, maybe 10,000 of them or something like that. It was something crazy, but I think Disney has been up to something. But there was another guy who said, if you go, you match inflation with Avatar and you do the same price of ticket sales, Avatar beat that Endgame times 2, it destroyed it. So Disney, a lot of times the PR that these movies get, it's just Disney. They're great at PR, but they don't really make good quality movies,
No, it's just like there was a lot of things I had problems with that. One of the, I can't remember if it was Cole who said it in the chat room. She said how she had a problem with the mental health jokes in the movie,
right?
And I was exactly the same. That was one of my critiques of it. I hated how they made such a joke that there was somebody suffering. Do you know what I mean? I'm not down with that at all.
Right.
So that was one of my main criticisms. But like another thing is that I wrote somewhere not long after BVS came out. I went to see BVS a lot of times in the cinema because I loved it.
Right.
And then people going, well, even back then, do you know what I mean? People going, well, that's ridiculous, go and see a movie that many times. All of a sudden, there's this lad in fucking God knows where in North America who's been to see Infinity War or Endgame, whatever it's called. He went to see it like close to something like 100 times. He's a fucking hero. Like, what? I don't think so. And he did it for the sole intention of making it the highest grossing film of all time.
Right.
Don't be fucking stupid and two-faced. Like,
right.
I got shit for doing that when I went to see BVS so many times in the cinema because I enjoyed it, not because I didn't want it to be, the biggest selling film of all time, right. Which it deserved to be, by the way.
Correct.
But what's this difference that like it's okay if you want to go and make it the highest grossing movie of all time, but if you really love a film so much you can't go and see it?
Right.
Fuck off.
It is. It's double speak, and but when you put it next to each other, BVS is so much better quality than anything Marvel has done. It's night and day. It's night and day.
Yeah. Of course. I was watching BVS over the weekend. I think it was Friday night it was. And I don't know how or why I do this, but I seem to watch it from a different perspective every time I watch it. So like when you first introduced to Ben Affleck, and he goes into that house and he brands that guy.
Right.
And you just see him sitting in the corner, don't you? Like Ben Affleck in the corner of the room, like towards the ceiling.
Right.
And you hear the music start to pick up, and that copper sees him. It's like fucking hell. It gives me every time I see it, it gives me chills. That does.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like, you know, that's when you were saying yesterday about who the best Batman is. It's hands down it's Ben Affleck, because like Ben Affleck was a Batman to be feared. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
He was Batman. You know, people fear Batman. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
So like,
exactly.
You know, criminals, like, you know, they are afraid of him. He was fucking massive as well, isn't he?
Right.
You know, he's huge, and
Right.
you know, he looks scary, and
Right.
every time I watch it, there's always something like I pick up on that's just amazing.
Right.
And
Right.
I think that's like why, you know, other movies are such throwaway movies, because I think at one point I was watching Watchmen about 3 times a fortnight. And I was watching it a lot, and I just don't think there's ever been a point until these movies came out where if I watched a film for like nearly 3 hours, want to put it straight back on and watch it again.
Right.
You know?
Correct. And that's Zack Snyder, man, because I did that with Watchmen as well. You know, I watched it over and over and over, and it was just, when I first saw it was, I think the main scene that caught me was the blimp that was going crashing into the World Trade Center. And then after that, it just blossomed into so much more. But each time I watch it, I learn more stuff, you know? And now there was like a scene the other day from Army of the Dead, and it had the girl, you know, kind of kicking somebody's ass in a hallway. But it looked like Watchmen, you know? It looked like Rorschach when his mom was like a prostitute, and he always stood in the hallway and he watched, you know, the guys go back. It looked like that, so it made me like, oh yeah, Zach back on his shit, you know. And I mean, I really can't wait to see this Army of the Dead. But what I'm saying is the level of, I don't even know what Zack Snyder does, magic or whatever, but what he does in his movies, it's like untouched. Nobody does it, you know. Nobody can do it like Zack Snyder. So, and that was the biggest disappointment with Justice League. It's like, oh, this is a Zack Snyder movie, but then you watch it and you're like, nah, this not a Zack Snyder movie, not at all.
I know. I remember, right, going to watch Justice League before I knew any of this happened, and I proper nerded out over it. I'm not going to go into how much detail of what I went to the cinema wearing, but I went and I thought, this is it. This is going to be the film of. This is it. Right. You know what I mean? Right. So I remember sitting down in the theater, and I was like, I think Robert Carlin was talking to you about it, and then he's seen, you know, when they interview Superman, and he's got, you know, the CGI mouth.
Right.
And I was thinking, oh God, right, okay, you know, like, just forget that happened. Let's carry on. And then, you know what I mean? And then, because to me, Superman is like all my history with like everything I've been through in my life, you know, with like the mental health, depression, anxiety. Superman like really, really, really means a lot to me. And like with what Zack Snyder did with him in Man of Steel meant the world to me, and what he did with him in Batman v Superman meant the world to me. So like Justice League, I was like, he's going to come back, it's going to be this fucking, I'm going to be crying in the cinema, it's going to be amazing. And then when he came back and he's standing in the field with Lois, and like she goes, what was it like? And he says, itchy. And I was like, you've got to be fucking kidding me. What the fuck is, you know what I mean? Like, itchy? There's something wrong with this film.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm watching like a sort of fan-made film. Do you know what I mean? Like a little low-budget one.
It did seem like that.
Fan-made Zack Snyder 100% you know, full throttle movie.
Right.
Like, this is terrible.
Yeah, it was. And it was the same, like what you said about Man of Steel, because he really did the best. I think he did the best Batman, but I think he also did the best Superman also, because people, they look at it like they want Superman to be like the Boy Scout, like, hey, you bad guys, what are you doing over there? And then they just fly, you know, and do something stupid. But he made like Superman to be real, because Superman is actually an alien. He's hiding out on the planet. He looks like a human, but he's an alien, you know? So now Zack Snyder took it to where in today's day and age, how
Yeah.
would we treat an alien? You know, how would we act if we
Course.
knew an alien? And it was so good, you know, but I don't think we'll ever see that again. I don't even know if J.J. Abrams can keep up with that level of
No.
realism, you know?
Yeah, I think, like I say, for me personally, no, you know, for a lot of people, Man of Steel is that's like you said. He's done the best Batman and he's done the best Superman for sure.
Right.
I think, like, I remember reading a blog not long ago by somebody who said, "Man of Steel taught me to embrace who I really am."
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Right.
And I was like, God, that's a really sort of that's proper powerful stuff. Do you know what I mean?
Right,
Like
definitely.
to sort of wake that up in somebody to sort of think, no, this is me, and if people don't like it, you know, I've got to learn to, you know, embrace who I am,
Right.
not what, you know, what people think I am. It's like, wow, this is amazing, and it's true.
Right.
Do you know
Right.
what I mean?
Definitely.
And then so it's really I said, like, you know, I think Zack Snyder gave Superman a heart, you know,
Right.
like sort of like, you know, with what he did at the end of Batman v Superman, you know, how much he cared about human life,
Right.
you know, the woman he loves, you know, that he sacrificed himself.
Right. Right.
It was to me, you know, to a lot of other people, you know, it was perfect.
Right.
You know, and it was, that's why, like, for me, like, when he does come back in the Snyder Cut, that's how it's going to be. Because for me now, Justice League, the theatrical version never happened,
Right.
and Superman is still dead, and he'll come
Right.
back when the Snyder Cut's released.
Exactly. Exactly. They didn't even do it well in Justice League because it was like, you know, like Superman just showed up and it was like, oh, okay, you know, but it wasn't like,
Oh God.
you know, remember when he died and the dirt raised off his coffin. So everybody's like, "Oh shit," you know, it's kind of like this big, you know, you're waiting to see Superman return. But in the Justice League, it was just like, "Oh, okay, well, there's Superman right there." You know, it was no like drama. It was really nothing. They had that one little fight at Memorial Park or Heroes Park, and then after that, he shows up and he beat Steppenwolf's ass. But it was like, you know, I failed to find the drama in it. It wasn't any heartbreaking moments. It wasn't anything. It was just like, damn, it was the biggest letdown of the century because Justice League could have been the. I had some girls over at my house last night, and I had a hat that says "Release the Snyder Cut," and they asked me. They were like, "What is that?" You know, and I'm telling them because they see me talking about it. But so I'm telling them, and one of the girls was like, "Yeah, I thought Justice League was going to be way bigger than the Avengers because it's Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman." And that's so easy to say, even for the people that don't know anything about it. Everybody thought it was going to be bigger than Avengers. But so for them to let it down is like Warner Brothers just dropped the biggest bomb, the biggest turd in the history of movies, you know?
Yeah, it was, and it was exactly that. It's just fucking terrible. Because, like I said, I think because, like, to me, like I say, for me personally, with like everything that like Superman means to me, like going to the cinema and watching, you know, the character that I love and connected with so much be destroyed in front of me was awful. Like I was just watching him being fucking made out to be some sort of terrible joke. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
He's
correct.
like, he comes back from the dead. Oh, I'm itchy. Like, fuck this.
Right.
What? Come on, you can do better than this. You can do, and when like she said, you know, about how he smelled and all this sort of stuff, and I was like,
Right.
oh.
And he had a funny looking
the
mouth.
CGI mouth.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think I've ever seen such disrespect to a character as I did, as I did then.
Right, I agree.
But like BVS for me, like because I said when I was watching it the other night, and then I really like Jesse Eisenberg.
Right.
I'm a huge fan of Jesse Eisenberg's Lex Luthor.
Me too.
And he's just fucking brilliant. Like
Yeah.
I just love the sort of how sort of scheming he is in the whole thing, and you know,
Right.
the very last scene with you know, with Batman, and Batman's making all these threats against him, and he's just not scared. Do you know
Right.
what I
He's
mean?
sitting there smiling, you know?
Sorry?
He's sitting there with like a smile on his face, you know?
That's it, not
Right.
scared, like sort of, just. Yeah, then he gives him the warning. Do you know what I mean? Then the
Right.
music starts to rumble, and just it's pure brilliance. Like, I'm a huge fan of Jesse Eisenberg's Lex
Me
Luthor,
too. Me too.
and I'll defend that as far as it needs to be defended. I just think he was brilliant. And like saying, when the Snyder Cut comes out, and that's when, not if,
Right.
when the Snyder Cut comes out, I cannot wait to see Jesse Eisenberg again as Lex Luthor.
I agree.
I'm really looking forward to it.
I agree. So we got the hashtag now that says bring Zach back. What do you think? Because right now it seems like the perfect time to have him because everything is bombing and failing. And Zack Snyder's movies, they made money whether you hate him or not. He was doing his thing, you know?
Yeah, it's got my backing, that's for sure. I'm gonna start.
Right.
I'm gonna start putting it on all of my content from now on.
Right.
Bring back for
I
sure.
agree.
I want him back.
Right.
Definitely. I am starting to sort of get really sort of. I said what I said about Abdul last time we were talking. What he says about how Zack makes powerful art and everything.
Right.
These are the films that only Zack Snyder can do, and the only films that I want to watch. And,
Exactly.
For me, like I say, it's a no-brainer. Bring back Zack for sure. It's got my blessing.
Exactly.
Definitely. I know it's got yours, and millions of people across the world want him back too.
Right.
They can't ignore us forever. They can't, and they won't.
Right. I agree. I mean, like you said, it's the only guy that can make these movies. There's only one guy, and even when I say he made the best Superman, think about it like Superman is really like a big, buff, strong character. But Christopher Reeves was never big, like I guess he was a cool Superman, but he was like a medium-sized guy. He had maybe like a dad bod or whatever. But you look at Henry Cavill and you're like, oh shit, that's Superman right there, He's obviously huge.
Definitely. Yeah. Like, I remember before I went to watch Justice League, I made, because like I said, at the time it was a Zack Snyder movie as far as I knew. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
So I made my wife watch Man of Steel, BVS,
Right.
before we went to watch Justice League.
Right.
And I was like, the beginning of Man of Steel, where he's on the oil rig and he,
Right.
He's got his shirt off and he's holding up the big sort of tank.
Right.
And you can see his fucking abs sort of bursting out of his stomach and all this.
Right.
And I was like, how does any mortal being, compete with
Right.
Henry Cavill as
Right.
Superman? Do you know what I mean?
Right.
I'm just feeding my wife an excuse to divorce me by making her watch Man of Steel. But he's just pure brilliance, Henry Cavill as Superman.
Yeah.
And like I said, it was more about Superman living in a real world, dealing with real problems that a Superman would have to deal with.
Exactly.
That's why he is the best Superman, and I think that's where a lot of hate comes from. I think it comes from people who can't seem to take their nostalgia glasses off.
Right.
No, Christopher Reeve Superman, and that's it. Final, that's it. No more
Right.
talking about it.
Right.
But they just can't open their eyes to something new, and in my opinion, something better.
Right. Right.
I'm not ashamed to say it. Henry Cavill is my favorite Superman.
Right. I agree.
Definitely, for sure.
I agree. And Ben Affleck is the best Batman. And then you look at Wonder Woman. I mean, she never had a movie previously, but it's going to be hard to top Gal Gadot,
Oh, definitely, for sure. And it's the same. It's the same with Batman. Same criticisms again. Batman doesn't kill. It's like have they just ignored previous encounters where Batman's killed someone?
Right, a lot of times.
I am pretty certain. I can't remember now. I'm not sure. I haven't seen him for a long time. It might have been Batman Returns, where he literally drops a grenade down somebody's trousers. I'm sure it was one of them films. I'm gonna have to research that now so I can back it up in case I get people coming after me.
Right.
But do you know what I mean?
Right.
He has killed before. So
Right.
what's the fucking problem now? It's just something else. definitely best Batman, Wonder Woman for sure. You know, I mean, if you don't hear Wonder Woman's theme song and start bobbing your head and start, you know, going fucking wild, then there's something wrong with you.
Definitely. I agree. I definitely agree. So we're let's see, we're about pushing an hour now, so I want you to give some shout outs so we can get in and I edit up this show.
Oof, okay. Who do I give a shout out to? Everyone who was on the round table last week, Will, Nerd Queens, Paradigm 44. I'll give a shout out to yourself for having me again. It's like what, my 4th time now. Do I get like some sort of trophy or like medal or?
No, you're already a celebrity. I'm trying to get up to your ranks.
Oh, okay. Right. Yeah. I swear to you, you're way too kind to me. Like I say, it's me sort of coming on your like podcast, thinking, "Oh my god, you know, this is go deep." Do you know what I mean? So, like,
no, it's the other way around.
You and stuff, and then I'm on the show. I'm like, oh, I've got a standard to live up to now.
No, trust me, it's the other way around. Trust me.
Oh no. And as always, Smarmy, just I'd like to say it's good to see him back as well now.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
Who else? Same as last time. I'll tell you what, I'll give a few more. So Mick.
Yeah.
I've already said Will, Abdul, Anthony, El Carlos Diaz. He's a top bloke. I really like him too. His podcast with you was some of the most moving stuff I've heard in my entire life.
Oh yeah, we got
incredible.
another one coming up soon. Me and Carlos.
Oh, it was just brilliant. What he was saying about, you know, what he's been through. I remember where I was when I listened to that. I was in a car park outside of a shop eating my dinner, and it was just really, really moving stuff. It's just what an incredible bloke he is. And who else? Robert Carlin as well.
Yep.
Top bloke. Yep. Really, really good guy. Everything he's done is just, you know, top draw.
Yep.
I could carry on. Everyone who's involved with me on the Vero community, everyone who entertains me by liking my stuff, and as always, Zach, Deborah, the entire Snyder family, and everyone who worked on Justice League. It will happen. I am 100% positive that we will see that movie out one day, and I truly, truly love you, Zach. Thank you for everything.
Yes,
there you
sir.
go.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, I appreciate you coming on the show, man. You're always, like I said, you're funny as shit. You're always fun to talk to, and I like your accent, so that's even better.
No, thanks. Yeah, I think Will said I was like sounded like I was from Sunderland. I think it was Sunderland last time I talked to you. So
yeah,
that hasn't been a complex of mine, along with my hairline either. So thanks, Will.
All right, bro. Well, I'm gonna get to editing and out. You'll probably be asleep by the time this show comes out, so look for it in the morning sometimes.
I will do for certain. I've got a lot of driving to do, and I've seen also. I will be driving a lot tomorrow, so yes, I will listen to it too. Thank you. Thank you so much.
No problem, man. Thanks for coming on, bro.
No, you're welcome. Thank you for having me. It's always a complete pleasure. Thank you.
Perfect. Peace. I'll talk to you later.
Take care, mate. See you later.
You too. Bye.